Today we will see how we can connect to Monet from Python. I will first check my Python version with this command, and on Ubuntu, just like on the most Linux distributions, we already have Python installed. I will then jump to this web page, and we need to install this Python module, pymonetdb, to connect to MonetDB from Python. I will be using Ubuntu 24, which is a newer version of Ubuntu, and newer versions of Ubuntu have their Python installation controlled and owned by apt package manager. And because of this, Ubuntu is discouraging usage of pip. So we shouldn't install our packages with pip on Ubuntu, because that would create a conflict between apt and pip, and that would lead to corruption of the packages. If we try to do it, if I use command pip install pymonetdb, I would get a message. And this message is giving me instruction to use virtual environment, because Ubuntu wants to separate global Python environment and environment where the user is installing packages by using pip. So we will avoid pip this time, and we will try to install pymonetdb by using apt package manager. I will first update my list of the available packages. So I will use sudo apt update, and after that I will check, do I have pymonetdb package in the repository. So I will use apt search pymonetdb, and we will see that we have such package. So I want to install this package. I will use command sudo apt install python 3 pymonetdb. So I will run this. We'll wait a little bit. And now we have pymonetdb installed. I will now clean my screen. If we had an older version of Ubuntu, in that case we would be able to use pip. I will now jump to my VLC server. So this is another virtual machine. And here I will first check, do I have Python installed? And of course I have already Python. And this is an older version of Python, because this is Ubuntu 20. And here we can use pip. If we do not have pip installed, then we can install it by using sudo apt install python 3 pip. I will run this, and we can see that my pip is already installed, so I didn't need to do any installation here. And next we can use pip to install pymonetdb. So I will run command pip install pymonetdb. So this is the command that didn't work on this other server. Here we got this message, but on this older version of Ubuntu this will work. So in this way we can install pymonetdb. So again we have pymonetdb installed. I will clean my screen. Before we try to connect to Monet, we must make sure that our database is running. So I will now start my DB farm, and then I will also start my VLC database. Now our database is running. I will clean my screen. For connecting to Monet, I will use IDE, and I will use spyder. And spyder is a free and open source scientific environment for Python. I will use command sudo apt install spyder to install spyder. We will wait a little bit. And now that spyder is installed, I will go to start menu, and I will search for that program, because this is a program with graphical interface. I will open it. And this is spyder. I will close this dialog, and now we will see how we can connect to Monet. I will now paste my Python script in here, and I will increase this pane. So first we will import pymonetdb module, then we will create connection object. We will provide username, password, hostname, and database name. We will create cursor object, and then we will execute our query. And the result will be fetched with this fetch all command. But this command will return dataset as a list of tuples. Something like this here. But I want to get my result as a first row, then second row, then third row, and so on. And to achieve that, I will use this list comprehension. I will now move this back, and then I will run my script. And this will read rows from my table. If you want to learn more about this module pymonetdb, then you should go to this web page. On this web page we can find documentation for pymonetdb. Here in examples we can see how to connect to MonetDB, and here in API we can see different commands that we can use. So this is really useful if you want to better understand pymonetdb.